there, yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm coming to you from my happy place, the Yarn Corner here on the west coast of Canada. So welcome on this hot and balmy Monday, August the 5th, 2024. It is BC's celebration day, BC being British Columbia, the province that I live in. So it wasn't required for me to go into work today. So I've had a long weekend and it's been a jam-packed weekend. So we had some guests come to stay with us on Thursday and they just left today, but we did a multitude of things with them. So we went to a festival called the Philberg Festival. We floated down our river here called the Puntledge River. And we went to a cabin and enjoyed the freshwater lake that's there. And it was a really fun time, eating well, having great conversations and playing loads of board games. But if you're happening across this channel for the very first time, I set the channel up to talk about all of my yarny adventures. That's in knitting, crochet. I also talk about my acquisitions, where I purchase my yarn and tools of my craft from. And you'll be getting a bit of my highlights of how I shop, and I'm interested to find out how you shop, whether it's online or whether you prefer going in store. So I've got a few key stores that I like visiting, so maybe we have something in common there, and I have some yarn to show you from some of the places that I've purchased from recently. Yeah, so if you're looking in the background here, I have cut some lilies from bulbs that I had grown about 2 months ago in my garden. It is flourishing really well with this nice warm weather and sunshine. And it has been raining when it needs to, so it has been a good season for all the bulbs growing well. So yeah, I thought I'd cut a few up because they were starting to wilter on the out of the bulbs. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy them. Yeah, so a little bit of admin as well before I get going on the list of places where I like shopping online and in store is I have some affiliate links down below. And I want to thank anyone who has gone across and purchased using those affiliate links. The proceeds that come back are commission based, so it's really helped the channel a lot for me to purchase more yarn and to buy equipment like the stand that my camera is on right now, so I don't have a teetering box on box and sort of like I've got to get it just so right. This is an easier setup, so I purchased things like that to put back into the channel, and I do want to say thank you. And it's never needed to use those affiliate links, and there's no extra cost to you if you do use them. So yeah, I just wanted to flag that ahead of time. Now, a couple of the affiliate links that I have down there are The Hobby, which is an online store in Denmark, which I'll mention in this video as well, and KnitPicks, which is a US-based online store for all your knitting needs and yarn. So the sister company to the KnitPicks is We Crochet. So if you're looking for crochet tools, that is also part of the affiliate link. So yeah, before I get going, I'm looking at my notes here, and I do want to mention, okay, we're going to start outside of Canada, where I prefer to go shopping online on the internet, and these places are all outside of Canada. So the first one that I've marked here is Hershner's. I always find Hershner's has a really good range of different yarns, and their sister company is called Willow Yarns. Now, if you're looking for something economic and in kits and packs and a good sale, Hershner's has always got something that I enjoy purchasing from. Things like the Worsted 8 series, rated one of my favorites for last year in 2023 when I was doing my top review of yarn that I enjoyed adding to my favorite list. That's an ever-growing list. And they also have good shipping to Canada as well. They're usually, I do have to pay a cash on delivery because Hershner's does not hold taxes as they once did for me in British Columbia. I'm not sure whether it's true for every province, but when I shop Hershner's, they used to take taxes out at the point of sale, but they stopped doing that. And that's not to say that they won't change again, because these shipping arrangements continually change with these companies. So my advice to you, if you're ever using a US store and you're up in Canada, always check the shipping arrangement of the date that you're purchasing your product from. So this might be old information, but I've always had to recently have had to go down and pay cash on delivery for releasing the goods from Canada Post, and that's partly because no taxes had been taken off in the initial stages of purchasing. The second one is a really favorite of mine for if I want something a little fancier but at a good sale. Sometimes these kits are put together and makes it even more of a phenomenal sale. Now this is also a place in the United States. It's in Washington State and it's called Little Knits. So Little Knits has a wonderful website that I find really easy to peruse, and they've always got their most prominent discounted items on favorite yarns up front in banner slides, and I find that that's an easy way for me to look and find what it is that's the flavor of the time, whether it's something new or whether there's something that's gone on with the yarn that is at an exuberant discount. So I do like shopping Little Knits as well. And all of these links will be down below in the description box. The next one I have that's outside of Canada that I like shopping at is Hobby. Now, Hobby is a Denmark online store that sells great yarn from the more economic valued all the way up to the more luxury fiber bases. So if you're looking for something that's more mix match and has a nice color palette, a nice experience when you're shopping online, I really do enjoy the Hobby. They have great examples of patterns when you're shopping a certain line or collection. If you go down to the tabs which are on the same page as the collections are presented, you'll see what other people have made and they've posted them up online. You'll read reviews on how people have received their yarn, and I really enjoy the yarn. So I've purchased some yarn recently from Hobby. I have it here. This is how it comes. It comes in this type of wrapper. Now, not all of the wrappers are in bags. All the ones that I've received have been in bags, but potentially there could be other outer casings if you purchase a lot of yarn. But yeah, so it comes in a bag like this with Hobby on it. The one that I received, that I purchased, were for, I've just started crocheting amigurumi and I'm really still an infant at it, but I bought myself some cotton. Now this is the rainbow cotton, 8x6, I think I'm reading that upside down, 8x6, and this one is the sport weight version of the cotton. And I bought a color pack, so I don't have any need to kind of like stress about what colors go with what. I'll have a pack here which all the colors are pastel and they kind of relate nicely. And I'm going to be making my amigurumi pattern that I found. Actually, it's not my amigurumi pattern, but I've been making a very interesting pattern that's easy enough for me because I'm a starter, and it's called Albert. Now, Albert, the pattern is by Herr Wolle, and this is my first try at Albert. Now, I haven't called him Albert. His name is Roy, Roy G. Bibb, because he's my pride bear. And so, yeah, I really like him. He's so cute. So I've bought some more of these pastel colors to make more of Albert, the pattern. It's the bear pattern. So a little bit about the pricing of that pack that you just saw. It is $17.60 US, and the shipping that I paid was $11.99. So the total for the pack was $29.59 in US currency. The packs also come in a fingering weight, which is slightly lighter than the 8x6. and it also comes in a DK weight so that it's a slightly heavier. It's an 8x8 in the packs. Next up is another US-based company that I frequently visit and purchase from. And this is one of the affiliate links that I have. They've sent me some yarn to talk about, which I'm very, very happy to receive and share with the audience here on the channel. And that is Knit Picks and We Crochet. So yeah, I have a few here to show you that are on sale currently in the month of August. And we'll start with Knit Picks. So this is what they sent me to talk about and to review, and it is called the Andean Treasure, and it's a DK weight yarn. So I've got two colors here in this bundle of joy. Now this is a 50-gram ball or donut, and it is offering up 110 yards. I'm not sure what that would be in meters, maybe 100 meters. And it is in the colorway called Pinecone Heather in this one. And this one that I have here is called Golden Rod Heather. So two really lovely colors that I think will work nicely together in a cowl. It's very, very soft. And as always, I rate my softness scale out of 5, 5 being the softest. And this is definitely a 4.5. It has animal fiber in it. So let's take a look at the ingredients. They're saying here it's a sport weight, a 2 weight, and it's 100% baby alpaca. Recommended knitting needle size is a number 3. And then there is a -5. So I'm not sure whether that's a 5mm for this yarn. And an E or 7 crochet hook. Recommended care instructions are for hand washing and lay flat to dry. It's very, very soft. And it does have a little halo on it for that alpaca fiber that's in here. And it's very, very soft and supple. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to working up this. So in the month of August, this yarn is on discount on We Crochet's site, and it's 20% off in the month of August. So yeah, it's a good sale if you want to try it out. Maybe you could buy a ball and see whether it might be one of your new favorite yarns. The other thing that's on sale on the Knit Pick side of things is this yarn here. It's called Brava, and it's a whole collection of different weights. So I've got myself here a sport weight one that I purchased from Knit Picks a while back, and it is in 100 grams, offers up 340 yards, and it is a sport weight yarn. This is 100% a premium acrylic, so it's a 2 weight yarn. They're saying here it's machine washable and you can tumble dry this. The knitting needle size is number 3 or 5mm, and the E7 for a crochet hook size. The color that I'm holding here is called Avocado. Green's my favorite color. It's very happy and vibrant. So right now on Knit Picks in the month of August, I'm not sure whether it's running for the full month of August, but the Brava is being offered up for 20% off. And I believe it's when you are shopping, it's already calculated for you. So when you go in there, you'll see the sale price on each of the collections. So this one is the sport weight. They also have it in bulky, Brava bulky. They have a Brava worsted and Brava fingering, I believe. Just going to check. No, I don't see fingering. I see sport, worsted, bulky. There's a recycled, there's speckle, stripes or tweed collections. So really, really soft. And if I'm rating this one for softness for an acrylic, I could wear this against my skin with no issues whatsoever. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 for softness. Yeah, it's got a bit of a sheen to it. Really like the twist. I would say it's medium twist. And it's a little fuzzy. So those are the other places where I like shopping that are outside of Canada. The next place I like shopping is a new to me place that I do get a little confused in how to navigate or figure out how to find or search, because it is such a vast volume of people selling their wares and their goods. It's Etsy. Now, this particular Etsy seller that I found online, I was particularly looking for some color cotton wheel cakes or cotton ombre cakes that I could make shawls with, or lighter garments, mostly shawls that I like working with fingering or sport weight yarn in the cotton acrylic blend. So I was looking and I came across this one seller. I'm not even sure where the seller is from. I have a sneaking suspicion they might be from Europe somewhere. And then what happened when I purchased from their store, they shipped from Turkey, and I was tracking it, watching it come all the way to me in Canada. And the nice part about it was that there was no extra expenses coming into me in the British Columbia, which is the west coast of Canada. I'm not sure whether that's the case with all sellers. Maybe some sellers you need to find out where they're coming from to see whether there's any additional costs when it reaches customs. For me, my package was 4 cakes that I found, and they were the Yarn Art flower cakes. And they generally run between, I'm going to say, I've seen them before for $15 US all the way to around $24 US, the Yarn Art style cakes. And this vendor was selling them for 50% off, and it was all in Canadian currency when I purchased it. Sorry about this. And I flagged it in my community tab because I thought it was an excellent deal, getting 50% off. The regular price was $19.07 Canadian, but I got it for 50% of that. So it ended up being $9 and I'm going to say like $9.60 for each of the cakes. They are running low right now with the vendor. They only have a selection of the Yarn Art flower cakes left right now as the making of this video. They do have a sale still on them, but it's not as good as the 50% off. It's 35%, and I'm not sure how long that's going to last for. So let me show you the cakes that I purchased. I'll also leave the seller's link down below if you want to go across and take a look as well. So I really do like shopping Etsy because I find all these wonderful gems. So enough about that. Let's look at the yarn, shall we? So this is Yarn Art Flowers. And look at that color. Wow, I absolutely love it. It gives me harvest vibes. Like I'm getting sort of a foresty green on the edge, but then it goes into this orange and finally like a rusty brown color or rusty orange color in the middle. So yeah, I really love this colorway so much. And because it was such a good value, I got 2 of them. A lot of the patterns that I use my yarn art cakes for or this type of fingering to sport weight yarn, patterns from Yaga Yaga. There are patterns from Crystal Over a Bag a Day that work well with this type of yarn as well. And I also do like using, I think it's Kleines. It's Claudia Ramprecht. I'm really not sure what her selling name is. I've forgotten, but I do like using her patterns as well. And I'll leave those down below in the description box so you can get an idea of what these cakes might be used for in the upcoming future. So yeah, I thought this was great for $9.60 or so per cake. And the colorway, let's take a look. This colorway is 302, so there's no name, it just has a number. Let me read you a little bit about the specs. It is, here we go, 55% cotton and 45% acrylic. There are 250 grams in this cake, offering up 1,000 meters of wonderful color ombre or color gradients. And what are they saying here for care instructions? It looks like I can machine wash this, but to dry flat and do not bleach are the care instructions. The fingering weight, number 1, and the crochet hook size, it looks to be a 3.5 or 3 millimeter, and the knitting needle looks to be a 2.5 millimeter knitting needle. So in my crochet hook, I probably would use a 3 or 3.5 for working something up. Now that I have 2, I can satisfy a lot of the patterns out there that call for like 1200 meters, and I'll have a lot left over. Yeah, so I got that colorway, and the other one that I got was this one here. Wow, it's stunning. So what I'm seeing here are kind of a dark chocolatey, is that a green as well? It might be a green. How's it showing up? It's like a really black color, maybe green in there. I'm seeing purple, red, and then going into a straw-like yellow, almost like a tan color. Another beautiful color. So the color number that I'm getting in this one has a different label, Yarn Art Flowers, to the previous one. And I'm just going to check for you to see if this one has a different fiber content. It's made in Turkey, and it is color 265. No, it's still the same fiber content and the same amount of yarn as well. Wow. If you've used Yarn Art Flowers before, what kind of style of pattern did you use yours in? I'd like to know. So I'll just get these put away, and I'll get to the next part of this episode. I can't complete my online shopping experience without talking about the online shops that are here in Canada. And I do have a couple here, although there are many more that I use. This one is Aberdeen Wool Co. Now they're in Ontario, which is many provinces over, I think maybe 4 or 5 over from where I am. And they're in sort of central Canada. And I have purchased numerous times. They've gone through some changes of late, and I'm not sure when you're watching this video whether they will be still offering up the same style of collections that I have been able to enjoy and purchase. Their house brand hand-dyed yarn that generally is on fingering or DK weight is called Tangle Poets, and I've got plenty of their examples of that yarn that I've purchased in the past. I absolutely love it. It's squishy, and the inspiration of some of them, or many of them, are colorways derived from songs and how the dyer perceives the colors in music, and I think it's a smashing idea. So just for that alone, I will keep returning to purchase from Aberdeen Wool Co. They do have other collections as well that you can purchase, but I'm not sure if they're continuing on with those other collections or if they're just going to focus on their home dyed yarn. So the next one that I have here is Artisanthropy Fiber, and I enjoy shopping online there because I can find all of the specialty wool that is from Icelandic or parts of the world where they produce the colorwork sweaters, normally known as the Fair Isle sweaters. And I really like shopping there because they have always a good collection of colors to choose from. And so I don't normally find them anywhere else but that place in Canada, which is great. So yeah, I'm going to now talk about in-store, because some people prefer going to in-store locations because of having the yarn in hand to feel, to maybe get the true color, because every computer screen shows color different when you are shopping online. Sometimes I've been shocked or surprised that a yarn does not look exactly like it does on my camera or my phone or my iPad. It's the screen that gives it a little difference. Sometimes even the way it's shot might give you a false sense of what the color looks like. So many people do prefer to go in store, take a look. If they find that they like a color and they can see that, you know, face value, then they might feel more confident shopping online because they've seen it in a store on a shelf, and maybe the online has it for a special deal or a steal. So they might take a photograph of it in the store and then take it home and purchase it online. So to take advantage of sales. So the thing that the places I like going to are Michael's, because Michael's here on the island is possibly our only outlet. No, there's another outlet as well, which supplies yarn. And we have 2 stores that I can get to, maybe 3, but they're all over a 2-hour drive. The furthest one is probably around 4 hours. So whenever I get a chance to drive to those locations, I always go in and check what Michael's has. This particular time I went was probably around 3 weeks ago to a month, and I purchased using a gift card that one of my family members, my lovely mother-in-law, had and father-in-law had gifted to me for my birthday, I believe. So I used up the card, and I bought myself some of my favorite yarn from last year as well, which was the Karen Blossom Cake. They had new colors, so I didn't have a chance of getting this color last time I was there. So this one is let me see, what color are you? Rose. This color's rose. It's a worsted weight yarn, and it is 227 grams, and it offers up 481 yards or 440 meters. So there's enough in there to do. I got myself a few of them. I don't know how many of the rows I got though. So I could do something like a blanket or more of the scarves that I've been testing out my crochet. It's called short row crochet, and I tried one of these cakes in a short row crochet scarf pattern, and I absolutely loved it. So I think I might be doing some more of those when the weather gets a bit more cooler, because this is quite a fuzzy warm yarn. What else can I tell you about it? It is a yarn that is machine washable and dryable, so easy care instructions. There is the 2 dots in a washing machine, so maybe it's on gentle. And it does have the 2 lines under the dryer, so that must be on gentle as well. What are we doing here? We're seeing where you are made, and do you tell me here? In Italy, India, sorry, it's made in India, and it is 61 cotton, 39 acrylic. I really like it. I don't know whether it's a blown yarn. Maybe it is. It doesn't look like it's applied yarn, but it looks like some type of tube or mesh, and then it has some stuff blown through it or stuck to it in some way. I like that there is a lightness in the mesh that comes through the color, and it gives it more like a batik kind of look. It's really nice. So it's full weight and recommended needle size. I don't think I mentioned that. It is saying here 5mm knitting needle or crochet. So I got one of those, and I paid full price for it. I think it was like $14. I think it might have been $14 or even $14.99. So got that one. Oh, hang on. I got my receipt here. I'll tell you the prices at the end. So I got this color as well, and this one is also a Karen Blossom cake, and this one is in the color called Shadow. One's there. And I got this color here, as well, it's fun, isn't it? It's kind of mysterious, like in the murky depths of a water story coming to life. This one's called Blue Geranium. I see that. Yeah. Do I have any more in here? Yeah, I do. Oh, I got another shadow. So I got two shadows. There we go. And I'll just put them down here. I have a few of the older ones too. Those were all new colors. So I can blend and match and mix them together. And I'm just going to see what my Michael's receipt says for pricing. I know for a fact I did not get a discount on any of that. There was no... Michael's has been really strange lately. They haven't been giving any discounts on... Well, you get your regular 30% off of one item that you're paying full price for. But there's never been, or not recently anyway, in the last 6 months, because I've had that card for about 6 months, and I've been waiting to use it on a yarn sale, but they haven't had one. So it was $14.99 per Karen Blossom cake. Another cake from the Karen line, and this one is one that everyone's probably seen before. Ooh, someone needs an oil change or something. It is the Karen cotton cakes. And look at that color. I haven't purchased one of these for at least 4 years. I had purchased them for giveaways, and I think I used one, and I want to do some more work with this, maybe in a granny square style blanket or throw. And I think these colors are perfect together, very pastel-y. The color that I've got here is called Calico Flowers. So I've got this one, and my receipt is telling me that this was $11.99, so $12. And these are in Canadian funds. What else can I tell you about this Karen cotton cake? It is 250 grams, offers up 550 yards or 485 meters. It is machine washable and dryable, and suggests to use it looks like a 4.5 millimeter set of knitting needles or a 5 millimeter crochet hook. Same style of washing care instructions as the Karen Blossom cake. It's the gentle cycle and a gentle tumble. It's considered a 4-weight yarn, and it's a really nice twist. I like it. It's very tight. What kind of content it is? It's 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. Yeah, I'd say that's a nice 4-weight. Softness factor on this, I like this for soft cotton, and I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 for softness. So that's a really nice softness scale. This one here, I didn't give you the softness rate. Out of 5, I'm going to give this one a 3.75. I think this is a little softer than the cotton cakes, only because it's got that soft woolly factor to it. I like that. So yeah, those are the 2 cakes that I purchased. Yes, I got 2 of the calico flower, so I can do something slightly bigger. And I got this one here, which is equally as lovely, and it does give me the pastel vibes. It's not as contrasty as the last one, but this one is more subtle, and I like that. It's giving me a beautiful gelati kind of soft pastel experience. And this color is called Seashell. So I got 2 of those. Again, no discount there. It was $11.99 per cake. And before I knew it, my gift card was all used up, and I had to even throw in a few extra dollars because I did go over. So that was my Michael's visit last 3-4 weeks ago. I also do shop in my Walmart because Walmart is very close to me. So I jump in the car and it's like a 5-minute drive. And I do sometimes need to go and get some things that I need to purchase for the house. These shelves are from Walmart, and they're the mainstay Walmart variety of do-it-yourself put together cubes. And I also get Pixel's food sometime from there. And now I go into the yarn store as well, yarn aisle, and look for yarn. So I was shopping recently for a specific yarn, and I bought myself two of them in a new variety that came through as well. So I got these two, which are the mainstays Lollipop. Now, I've heard that these are only available in Canada's Walmarts, and I haven't seen them anywhere else. But I've seen a couple of the YouTuber peeps out there from Canada showcasing that they purchased these as well. And so I liked these two colorways that are my favorites. So I went ahead and I purchased just the two so I could try them out and see whether I could make something with it and where I could use it in fabric or what kind of make I would like to use with it. I'm not sure whether it would work for amigurumi, but it would give a nice teddy bear quality to an amigurumi if I was making some more of those bear amigurumis that I just showed you, the Albert pattern. So let's take a look at this. So this is the mainstay Lollipop. It's offering up 250 grams, which gives me 330 yards or 485 meters. It is a bulky 5. That's what they're classifying it as. And let's take a look here. Yeah, I would say it's a bulky 5. It has the fuzz factor to it, and it looks to have one main kind of color changing thread through, and then a twist of a lash that goes around it. So we're getting sort of a two fiber kind of like considerations with what's going on there. See, the fuzz, the eyelash isn't the same as the color changing interior yarn. I don't know whether you can see that, how it kind of like just wraps around. Yeah. The fuzz bits do pull off fairly easy. So maybe using this with consideration that the excess fuzzy bits do pull off quite easily. And if you're looking to keep it sort of gleaned, or if it's going to be a very heavily used garment, maybe this might not be the one for you because it would shed a lot. But if you just had like a feature, or it's featured somewhere lightly as a key yarn, perhaps maybe that wouldn't matter so much because it's not being utilized or, you know, moved around much, and the fuzzy bits will stay on. So let's take a look here. It's suggesting here a 6.5mm set of knitting needles or a 6.5mm crochet hook. The material is 58% acrylic and 42% nylon. And the care instructions are machine wash in cold water and do not bleach. Dry, flat, do not iron as the care instructions. Excuse me. And the color that I'm holding here is called Retro. So it goes from oranges to purple, and it's kind of like a light terracotta color. I like that. Okay, the next one that I got here was this one. Again, the mainstay Lollipop. And this one has all the earthy tones with a bit of denim-y like teal. And this colorway is called, what are you called? Earth Mist. Softness factor on this one, it's delightfully soft. It's amazingly soft. It's springy. I'm going to give this one, out of 5, a 4.5 for softness. It's very, very soft. I could wear that against my skin with no itchiness, no pinching, no scratching. It's really nice. Yeah, maybe a cushion would be nice in this. Or I'm seeing some decor, maybe a fluffy teddy bear. It could also be a wrap as well, I guess, because with a scarf or wrap, you don't really kind of like, it's not something you rub up against, or it's not in a heavy utilized area of your body. Like when you're walking, you're not going to have any friction between the fabric pieces. So yeah, really love them. Another in-store experience that I like having is in my local yarn store. It's called Uptown Yarns, and it's in my main strip of the community that I live in. And I love going to visit, looking at what they have purchased recently and added to their collections. There's a good chance of me feeling yarns before I purchase them, or having a chance to look at the colors that are in the range of the collection. It's overall a lovely experience because I do have a dialogue with the owners there and the workers that work in the store, and that's something I value as well, keeping up to date on, like, you know, certain patterns that are being attempted and the end results, because they do have great in-store samples of patterns and yarns that they use. So there I'm getting like first-hand experience and seeing how the yarn is utilized from the owners and the workers in the store. So I absolutely appreciate that. The other thing that I should mention here is when I go traveling, I love dropping into the local stores from anywhere that I'm going out and about. So I might have flown into another part of the world in a different country, and I'll love to go into yarn stores and see what's in them. So generally what happens when I do that, I buy something I call souvenir yarns, and that's just to get a local feel of what is going on with an indie dyer, or maybe someone who has started their own yarn brand that I might not have seen anywhere else. And with that, that is the list that I have put together. It's not as extensive or truly a representation of all the places that I go shopping, just a small condensed list of places that I know that spring to mind when I think of a collection or yarns that I love working with, or the experience of a website, or a conversation that I have when I go into a store, or a story when I'm traveling. So those are the highlights that I featured and streamlined into the certain picks that I've made in this list. I'm now going to turn it over to you, and I'd love to hear all of your favorite places where you like going shopping, and what it is that you go to shop there for, whether it's because it's easy to navigate, have your favorite brands of yarn, maybe a good selection so that you can see whether or not there's a sale on, or a new yarn that has come through and they kind of juggle around quite often and keeps you on your toes, keeps you busy looking, or maybe sparks an interest because it's a new yarn that you haven't heard of before. Yeah, or if you just like going to your local yarn stores like Michael's or Joanne's, because you love to touch and feel the yarn and make your selection from an personable approach to it, like seeing, feeling, and maybe looking to see whether there are any clearance in the store at the same time. Is that the way that you like shopping? So please do comment, let me know what it is, and I'd like to get a gist of maybe it's something that I would love to learn as well, branching out and discovering new shopping experiences too. So I'd love that very much. And anything that I've discussed in this video, if you're interested in going down to find out more information, I've provided links down below in the description box. Some of them are affiliate links, as I mentioned up front in the start of the video, and some of them are just links for ease of access for you to find where the information is that I've covered in this episode. So with that, I will catch you up in the next one. I hope that you're staying safe, and until then, bye.